Hello and welcome to Impact Code with Alex Ochre. So with this episode and subsequent ones, I'm going to take you through leadership. Right? Leadership is cause, everything else is effect. So I'm going to base this series on a book by John Maxwell, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Leadership is leadership no matter where you go or what you do. Technology is changing very fast. Culture is dynamic and vary from place to place, but the true principles of leadership are constant. Exponential technologies like AI are taking over the world, whether you are looking at the citizens of ancient Greece, whether you're looking at the Hebrews in the Old Testament, the armies of the last 200 years, the rulers of modern Europe, the pastors in the local church, or the business people of today's global economy. Leadership principles stand the test of time. They are irrefutable. Keep these 4 ideas about the laws that we're going to go through in your mind, right? Number 1, the laws can be learned. Some are easier to understand and apply than others, but every one of them can be learned and acquired. Number 2, the laws can stand alone. Each law complements all the others, but you don't need one to learn the other, right? Number 3, the laws carry consequences with them. When you apply the laws, people will follow you. When you violate or ignore them, people will not follow you. Right? You will not be able to lead others. Number 4, the laws are the foundation of leadership. Once you learn the principles, you have to practice them and apply them to your life. They are the foundation of leadership. Even if you pick one of the laws and practice it, you'll become a better leader. When you learn all of them, then people will gladly follow you. Now let's open the toolbox together. The first law I want you to understand and learn and practice on this journey is the law of influence, which I call the engine of leadership. True leadership cannot be mandated. It must be earned through influence. You cannot mandate or force people to follow you. They will follow you when they feel influenced to follow you. So influencing others rather than merely holding a position of authority is the way to lead them, right? And you do that by inspiring and motivating, guiding the people through their actions, through your actions and your character, right? Influence comes from trust, respect, and expertise. So the more people can trust you, the more people respect you, the more people can appreciate a certain expertise in you, they are influenced to follow you. It's very simple. Influence comes from trust, respect, and expertise. You are able to positively affect others when they can trust you, when they can respect you, when they see expertise in you, and they want to follow you. So they get influenced. Most of the people we know to be charismatic leaders are just leaders because of influence. There are some myths and some misunderstanding about influence. We normally equate leadership with management, but they are not the same. Like I said, the engine of leadership is influence. Leadership is influencing people towards a certain cause. Management is just merely managing processes and systems to achieve a certain result, right? But if you can influence people to follow you on a certain course, that is leadership. So a leader is not necessarily an entrepreneur or the manager or the salesperson in the office, but it's someone that can influence people. Normally we say that knowledge is power. And so when you have some knowledge about a particular field, you're a manager, you understand a certain, science or anything, then you're a leader. No. At the back of that expertise, people need to trust you and respect you enough, and that influences them to follow you, right? It is the leader that makes the position, not the position making the leader. It's very key, very important to understand. And there are also some pioneer myths, like I mean, the first person to have done something, the older person in the room, the most experienced person in the room is the leader. No, it is about influence. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter whether you have 20 years experience or 30 years experience. Your ability to influence the people around you makes you a leader. The second principle or law I want us to go through is the law of the lead. Leadership is the lead on the team's effectiveness, right? Whether the team will do well, will rise up, will achieve the results, there is a lead on that performance, and that's leadership, right? So how high is that lead? I mean, if the lead is very low, then the effectiveness of the team will be low, right? So the results a team achieves is dependent on the lead that is placed on them, and that is leadership, right? Example, I mean, most examples you can give with a coach and his team, or a pastor in the local church, or a president and his cabinet, So the effectiveness, the knowledge, the experience, what that leader has been through creates a lead for that team. So let's take a local church. I mean, a pastor in a local church. The pastor has been through a lot, understands music, and, has been through life, has experiences, has gone through places and all that, learned different things from different places, different countries, different continents. When you go to that church, you see that effectiveness show even in the service of the church, right? A pastor that has, a good taste of music, you see it in the church, the kind of gadgets the church have, what they invest their money in. So essentially, that leader is the lead on the team. What he knows, what he has experienced, creates that lead. So when that lead is so high, then it gives them the room to be effective and to achieve better results. So if you need to elevate your performance, then watch who your leader is. I mean, so if you're in a certain group where the lead that is placed on you by your leader is so low, that is the highest point you can go in terms of effectiveness and achievement of results. Get out of that team, go into another team that has a very high lead because of the kind of leader you would have. Because your effectiveness is dependent on who is leading you, right? The performance of the team is limited to the leadership places on them. So to conclude, leadership is leadership everywhere you go. The principles of leadership are constant and irrefutable. You cannot earn or you cannot mandate leadership. I mean, the first principle we talked about, influence. You must earn it through influence. And the second principle, which is the law of the lead, the effectiveness of a particular team is dependent on the lead or the limit that is placed on them by leadership. The higher that limit, the higher that lead, the higher the effectiveness of that team. And the lower the limit, the lower the effectiveness and results of that team.